Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, you know what? We've actually got the full list of, well, the cards in Lost Origin. So you know what, ladies and gentlemen? You know what? It's time to go and have a look at what has been left out. This list was put together by the lovely Justin Basil because he's been sold early, etc., over in Target. So, yeah. Sounds good to me, ladies and gentlemen. Sounds good to me. So we might as well start off with, you know, the Pokemon V, etc. that have been removed, because that's what we're always looking for. And actually, there's not much in terms of Pokemon V. Now, there are a few. Hisuian Electrode V we knew was being removed, but we knew that Hisuian Electrode V was being removed because it's going in a Pokemon V box. Like, we haven't actually seen it yet, but here's a picture of the most recently revealed one. It's Verizon. It's going to be exactly like this. We don't know what the other holo card is, but we know it's going to be Hisuian Electrode V with the Jumbo and 4 booster packs and an extra holo, whatever that might be. So we knew this is a thing. We knew this one was being removed. It is worth pointing out that the full art has not been removed, and actually, the cards that were revealed nice and early for Lost Origin officially, Full Art Electrode was one of the ones revealed, and then that was a dead giveaway that Hisuian Electrode itself wasn't going to be in the set, although we've known that for a little while now. Ever since Japanese players were told they weren't able to use it at Worlds, we've known it had a promo number, so we've known it was going to be a promo. Now we know it's coming in a V-Box. So the Full Art is in the set, the regular art is not in a set. That is fairly important, and it's not actually the only time that's happened. Gallade V has also been removed from the set, but once again, it is only Gallade V, the regular art, which has gone and been removed. The character Super Rare, still in the set. The full art, still in the set. It is just the regular art which has been removed, and we know that Gallade V is actually coming in a tin. We've seen the tin, we got images and everything. So yes, Gallade has been removed, that is 100% true. However, it is only the regular art. So Gallade kind of still is in the set, and there are actually 2 different prints in the set, but the regular art has gone and been removed. But if you want something the other way round, Hisuian Zoroark. We know the V has been in the set. We've actually seen that. But it turns out the full art does not appear to be in the set. It looks like the full art has been removed. Now, this is interesting because as it stands at the moment, I don't believe we actually know where that card's going, which is very interesting. But as it stands at the moment, it would appear that the full art of Hisuian Zoroark V isn't in the set. Again, it's really not the end of the world because the regular version is just in there, but it is worth pointing out that that one does seem to have gone and been removed. It will be a promo later on down the line, so it's nothing to really worry about. It's just kind of interesting that it's gone. So they're the Pokemon V that seem to have been removed, just the 3 of them, but again, none of them have actually been removed. They've had one print taken out to be used as promos. Now, in terms of game-altering cards, there isn't much that we've lost from Lost Origin. In fact, when I was putting together my top 20 card list from Lost Origin, as I do for every set, I made a list of cards that I was expecting to be in the set, and then I went to see if any of them had been cut. And there was exactly 1 card from the set that I would have put in my top 20 list that didn't make it, and it is Donphan. Also, check out the amazing Phanpy artwork. Now, I do need to mention at this stage that I am a gigantic Donphan boy. Donphan fanboy? I don't know. It works. But my point is that I may be overrating this card. I may be saying that Donphan is a top 20 card, not because it actually is, but because I desperately want it to be, so it is in my head. But I love this Donphan. Single energy, 110, and here's the thing. You cannot use this attack if you evolved up this turn. Or you can, but it does nothing. The thing is, I've spoken to the lovely Will Post, who when it comes to rulings is phenomenal, and he seems to think, and this is my reading of it as well, this would work with Zoroark from Evolving Skies. Now, Zoroark says, once during your turn, you can choose a Stage 1 Pokemon except any Zoroark from your discard pile, and put this Pokemon and all attached cards into the discard pile, and put the chosen Pokemon in its place. Well, Donphan says, if you evolved into this Pokemon this turn, this attack does nothing. I am fairly sure, although this is not confirmed, but I'm fairly sure if you evolve into Zoroark, and then switch to Donphan, you can do this. And bearing in mind, this is enough damage to get a one-hit KO on an Arceus V. So if you go first, you can get a turn 2 Donphan for a single energy hitting 110 with no downside because you've got it from a Zoroark, getting a one-hit KO on an Arceus V before they've had a chance to evolve. I love this. I legit love this. Now, it's maybe not the greatest card in the world, but I do need to give a shout out to my boy Palisand here, partly because my actual boy, my 2-year-old son, adores Palisand. I don't know why, it's his favourite Pokemon. We have a little encyclopedia for Pokemon that we would sit and look through, and even though there is only one picture of Palisand, and it's a very small picture in the Gen 7 Pokedex, my 2-year-old son, who he was like not even talking at that stage, he was like 1, he was very young, he would literally point at Palisand, and I'd be like, oh, where's Palisand? And he'd point at Palisand. He's loved Palisand literally since before he could talk. So I always am very excited when there's a new Palisand. And to be fair, single energy, 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, not too bad. That one has unfortunately been removed. Not the end of the world, we'll get over it, but it is a little bit sad. Now, in terms of other moderately relevant cards, let's just go through a few of the fully evolved ones that we might miss. So there is the Metagross, that if you drew it from your card to begin your turn, you can bench it and draw 3 cards. I love that. I don't love 2 energy, 100 damage, next turn it does 100 more, because we all know that it takes too long to actually get up and rolling, which is sad, but I still love the ability on Metagross. That's extremely cool. There is a Dragapult we were expecting to get in the set that never actually came, and I do kind of love this. For 1 Psychic Energy, you can discard any number of your benched Dreepy up to the number of your opponent's Pokemon in play, i.e. if you've got 3 benched Dreepy but they've only got 2 bench Pokemon, or 2 Pokemon I should say, then you can only discard 2 of them. But for each Dreepy discarded, you choose a Pokemon and deal 100 damage. So if you discard 3 Dreepy, you can do 300 to 1 Pokemon, or 100 to 3 Pokemon, or 200 to 1 Pokemon and 100 to a different one, as an example. I know it's getting a little awkward, I apologise, but this is actually a really, really interesting card, and I think the fact that it's a Stage 2 is probably going to end up ruining any kind of long-term playability it may otherwise have had, but it's still a card I like very much indeed, and it was part of the initial reveal of Lost Abyss, which are generally interesting cards. Also, Kuramitsu did the Dracloak, and man, I want that card because it's absolutely beautiful, but I can't have it, and that is extremely sad. There is actually a full Crobat line, which has been removed, and that's the one, 3 energy, and it only does 30, but it does it to any one of your opponent's Pokemon, and if you knock them out, you take 2 extra prize cards? I mean, that's kind of cool. Again, I'm not sure this is going to be terribly relevant as a free energy Stage 2 Pokemon, but it's still one that I really like and think has a whole bunch of potential, so it's one that's absolutely caught my eye. There is a Mismagius coming that if it has full HP and is KO'd by damage from an opponent's attack, you put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon, which is honestly not particularly good. But, you know, it's kind of interesting. It could be kind of fun. This one, again, has caught my eye because the artwork on the Misdreavus is Okacheke. And now we don't get that artwork. And yes, obviously, I am prioritizing some of my favorite artists here when telling you things we're missing. And I'm not even feeling bad about that, honestly. It's caught my eye. But those cards, unfortunately, are not coming. And I kind of like the cut cards from this set. Now, it does mean we basically got a whole bunch of bulk that at some point we're going to have to get back. So, yeah. But I don't think there's really much in this set which we're going to be, missing. And then the Amoonguss, he should mention the Amoonguss. That's the one where if during your opponent's turn this card is discarded from your hand by an effect of your opponent's attack, item, or supporter, you discard your opponent's entire hand, which is clearly hilarious. Again, it's a super awkward card that may never actually end up working, but it is at least interesting enough that it's something we need to at least consider. Oh, and actually, there is one more I do need to mention, one more that is very important. Not necessarily for standard, but there was a Wailord in Lost Abyss that is an absolute monster in Gym Leader Challenge, that new way of playing the game. That Wailord is redonk. The ability says it takes 30 less damage from attacks, with 200 HP is clearly absolutely huge. But also the attack for 4 energy does 120. If it's got any special energy attached, you do 240. It's absolutely huge. It's super difficult to KO. And it's also got an attack that can basically KO anything. Yeah. This is one to keep an eye on, ladies and gentlemen, because this is potentially a little bit redonkulous. Again, we're talking Gym Leader Challenge, not standard format, but it's still one to consider. They're not the only cards that have been cut from Lost Origin, but I do think they are the most relevant ones, and that's why I came and shared them with you. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these cards you're going to be missing. For me, it's definitely Don Fan. Tell me which ones you love. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and Pokemon cards and other Pokemon games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, join a Discord where we chat Pokemon, get weekly bonus pods or answer all of your questions, and get shout-outs on these videos, like the lovely Noah Zoldak, who is a very lovely person, who is one of our supporters. So thank you very much for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.